Hello? What do you mean that late? It is technically still 7. It is 7. It is 54 minutes past 7. But it is still 7, okay? That's my line of defense. That's the gaslighting that I do for myself. Because again, I am gaslight, gatekeep, and girl boss. But that also means that I gaslight, gatekeep, and girl boss myself. So there you go. There you go. That's the secret to my success. And by success, I mean whatever the fuck I'm doing. But hi, Nikki. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. I hope you're having a fantastic end of your Sunday / good lead up to the beginning of your week. It's good to see you. Also, I'm doing good. I'm having a good day. I had a chill day. I did a lot more walking than I thought that I would, which is good. Murder drones. I've been waiting since Friday to talk about it. I was waiting. I wasn't gonna bring it up. I was like, also, and then I was like, wait, let's see if Nikki brings it up. But I did watch episode 1. I watched episode 1 before stream on Friday. So I kept my promise. I kept my pinky promise. I don't know if it was a pinky promise, but I kept it. But yeah, I watched episode 1. I didn't know what to expect, honestly. But I liked it. I've been super busy lately. Oh my goodness. Hopefully it's like the good kind of busy and not the like, you know, pull your hair out kind of busy. I don't know what Wilbur's barking at. He's barking at something. Whatever the neighbor's dog is barking at, probably. But yeah, I watched Murder Drones and I liked it. I liked like where it ended up after the first episode. I don't know if the writing is my cup of tea, I gotta be honest. And I think the animation, I don't think the animation's bad. I think the animation's good. But I realized that I think I watched too much 3D stuff with my nephews. Because that's the only thing I could think about. I was just like, oh my god, this is like giving me, I don't think it was anything to do with the animation. I think I was just having flashbacks to like, oh my god, like fucking PJ Masks and shit, and I'm like, oh god, Jesus, save me from this. But I liked it. I want to watch the second episode. So there's that. I also like how what is it, this assembly bots, is that what they're called, are all like, they all seem to be gender neutral or non-binary, sorry. I mean, they're robots, so there's that. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. I can tell that this show probably has a lot of fan art. Like, I don't know, I feel like I would have run across this show a lot faster if I still used Tumblr. Found a fanfic I think you'll like of Murder Drones, or just in general. Well, it's a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B. Okay, so it sounds like it's like good stuff, but it's stressful stuff. No worm. Oh, interesting. Yeah, is it like a short thing? Also, I will say it's been like a lot of years since I last read Worm. Like, that may have been something that I did like during the pandemic. Just like, I don't know. I know actually it may have been before. I don't know. Maybe it was 2021 when I actually read it. I don't know. But it's been a hot minute. But I've been considering getting into it. Oh my god, my neighbor's dog is losing it at nothing. She's like this tiny like mini cockapoo thing, and she will just bark at anything and everything under the sun, which is so dumb because usually like it's just people walking around the neighborhood. but it's a lengthy fic, but it's hilarious. It's the greatest thing of Schadenfreude I've ever experienced. I am here for it. I feel like I'm looking for more lighthearted stuff to read, so I will definitely take that link. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I was reading Octavia Butler. I was reading like a sequel to a book that I read sometime in the past like 3 years, and I'm just like not feeling it. I don't know. There's a bunch of books that I've not finished this year, and I think it's just because I'm like, man, I don't want to read depressing shit. So I'm like, I'm looking for funny shit, I think, or more lighthearted stuff. So yeah, I'm here for fun. I'm here for Schadenfreude. Also apologies to anybody that speaks German if I'm butchering the fuck out of that, because I probably am. It's called The Darker Path, and it's about Taylor triggering with a different power that transforms the narrative from grimdark to still grimdark but hilarious. Okay, so it's like early on in the like the world, essentially. Almost like alternate fiction, but for that universe. Kind of on a related note, and maybe this is going counter to the whole like I want to read funny shit instead of like dark shit. I watched the trailer for after I watched the first episode of Murder Drones. I watched the trailer for the Amazing Digital Circus. And first of all, I will say I do not use TikTok for a variety of reasons. So I am super late when it comes to like shit that goes viral on it, because I just consume that on Instagram and shit, and which means that I get to see it like 4 years later. But I finally realized that I had heard the song before just from like reels and shit and like TikToks, like I think it's like the intro to the Amazing Digital Circus. I can't say that fast. Also, apparently, I didn't realize it was based on Have No Mouth, but I'm a Scream, which is like sci-fi horror, which I'm like, I'm kind of into it. I'm kind of into that. She gains a precog ability that guides her towards an objective. The only caveat is someone or something has to die, but it's hilarious. Interesting. I'm curious. You have my interest and also my attention. Also, can I just call out that the person who made the song is called Snorlax? They just went for it. But yeah, let me look that up though. A Darker Path. Oh my god, it's already like auto-completed. It's on... The fuck is this? Space Battles? Page 182? Okay, when you said lengthy, I didn't imagine 182 pages. Huh? Page 369. Ayo. Anyway. 369, damn sheet. 428? Girl, what the fuck? Page 600? Space Battles is where I get all my fanfics? I was not aware of that. I'm like, I know about fanfiction.net, which I'm surprised that shit's still around, and the AO3, and that's it. But Space Battles. Huh. And it's ongoing. Oh my god, part 95? 95 chapters! Holy shit! You weren't kidding about the lengthy. Oh my god. Okay, but it's like... It seems to be like short chapters. Oh wait, no, never. Okay, my dumbass saw like part 1, part 2, and then I'm like, oh, I thought that it was like split into like different, like, you know, sometimes like within books there's like the different sections, and then there's like chapters within the sections, and it's like, you know, it's like the first arc, the second arc, the third arc, and I thought that that's what that meant. And I was like, oh, each arc is like 4,000 words. In my head, I'm like, wait a goddamn minute. And then I realized, like, no, it's just not showing parts 3 through 92. Holy shit. Okay, I mean, I have it open as a tab, which means that I am less likely to forget about it. By which I mean, I am not gonna forget about it because I will keep the tab open. But I appreciate the recommendation. I feel like I might be in a better headspace to like read Worm now. Cause damn, just like that beginning is so harsh with like all the like stuff that Taylor goes through. It's just, yeah, it's hard. It's hard to read. But damn if people haven't said a lot of good things about it. I mean, I've only known one person in my life that has recommended Worm, but I feel like a lot of people probably read it, just don't talk about it that much. I'm actually not that close friends with like the people that I know that are like crazy ass like book readers that read like, you know, 50 to 100 books a year. Most of the people in my life like don't read that much, or like the people that I'm close with don't read that much. I think they gain more. They still read, but yeah. First few chapters she tells 2 of her bullies they're on strike 2 and bully 3 isn't a problem anymore. Oh my god. Wait, is that of the fanfic? Cause yeah, that was the part that I was referring to. It's like it's just so hard. Yeah, the fanfic. Okay, good. So it seems like she's like more like, you know, like, I'm done with your shit. I'm sure that she reaches that point in the original, but maybe she reaches that faster in the fanfic, it sounds like. Yeah. What's the other book that yeah, I don't know why, but I just thought of House of Leaves, which is like another crazy book that I really want to read. Gio has been reading it. I don't even know if he's actually finished it, but that book is so intense. Like, if anybody like in chat has read it, let me know, because I am super curious about it, and I only know a little bit about it, and I've read little bits and pieces, but that shit's crazy. The fact that like there's not even a Kindle or like an ebook copy of the book, because you have to like physically like move the book around to continue reading it, like, is crazy. Oh, one last thing, sure thing. And it doesn't have to be one last thing. Also, I've barely talked about murder drones. I like the way that it went, the first episode at least. Also, I didn't realize that it had just finished. Did you hear who's the villain in both Venom 3 and Spider-Man 4? So I didn't even know that they were making more Venom movies. But I've only seen Venom 1. That might be the first movie that Gio and I watched in movie theaters together. But I have not seen any of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, so I don't really have an idea. I know Doc Ock is in the third one, and I kind of got huge spoilers because the internet was freaking the fuck out about whatever the fuck is the third one. I also need to watch Into the Spider-Verse. I just suck at watching movies and media in general. Null is gonna be the villain in both the movies. I don't even know who the fuck that is. Null? Oh. Eldritch god of darkness and creator of the symbiotes. Okay. Well, shit. Interesting. It sounds like they're leading him up to be like another big bad if he's gonna be in both of the movies. But it's getting to the point where I'm like, he's the god of the symbiotes. Yeah, that's where like I'm not well versed in like comic book lore, I guess you could say. Like I know like I'm not really like a comic book girly. Like I'm familiar with some of the stuff and history, and I appreciate it for what it is. I've gotten to learn a lot more from like Marvel just from through the movies, but I'm very like I don't know shit about fuck. He's relatively new. Interesting. So they're going for like newer storylines then. That is pretty interesting. It seems most of the stuff that they've gone for is like not super recent. It's more like, I don't know, like super old or maybe like 80s or 90s. I feel like DC maybe has gone a little bit for like newer stuff, but that's just because they tend to go grittier as opposed to like, haha, one-liner, we are owned by Disney type of shit, which is what Marvel has become in recent years, it feels like. Except not in recent years. They were kind of going in that direction for a while. Yeah, like I watched Deadpool versus Wolverine. I don't even fucking know the name of the movie. Y'all know what I'm talking about though. I watched it in movie theaters with Gio, and it was like, oh yeah, it's because they were made in the same laboratory. Like Gio was like explaining some shit to me, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I knew that. And like my brain just like, you know, I think I kind of remembered that like their bones are made of the same fucking crazy ass metal material and shit. But I just totally like did not piece that together. I was like, why is this a thing? The movie was pretty sweet though. I watched that with my sister. What do you think about it? Cause I personally like enjoyed it. I think in particular it was really sweet how at the end of the movie they included a bunch of like throwbacks and behind the scenes of what is it from when they were shooting the X-Men movies, because I didn't realize until you and I were talking about it afterwards that this is like the end of an era. That movie was the end of basically Fox owning some Marvel IPs. So it's like kind of crazy how it was sort of like a transition into like, okay, like we're finishing up all of these IPs. Now Marvel fully owns like, you know, the Spider-Man universe, the X-Men universe, the whatchamacallit, and I totally forgot that like Fox was the one that made all of these movies, like Elektra and Blade, the Fantastic Four movies, like all of these that came out in the early 2000s. I thought it was beautiful. It was really nice. And I like all the, like, I did enjoy the humor. Like, you know, like, fuck it. Like, yeah, I'm whatever. But it was good. It was good. And I really enjoyed that bit at the end because I was like, wait, shit. Like, that is crazy. And just like seeing like huge jacked man in the movie versus like in the early like X-Men movies, and just being like, oh my gosh, like he's changed so much. Also, I did not realize that huge jacked man is going through a divorce, and that was just like a joke that they threw in and there. They're like, no, you know, he's let go quite a bit since the divorce. And it's just like, I read about it afterwards and I'm like, oh shit. That wasn't like a throwaway joke about Wolverine. That's like this poor man was going through a divorce while filming this shit, and like they just called it out. Like, oh my god. Also, because of the whole like X-Men and Deadpool like what is it, like, Ryan... What the fuck is his name? He's not Ryan Gosling. What the fuck? They're both Canadian, but like, whatever. Ryan, the Deadpool, the Ryan that plays Deadpool. Like, I didn't realize that he had been like close friends with Hugh Jackman, and like that they had been friends for like such a long time. So that's fucking cool. When Gambit showed up, my sister was like, "Who's that?" And I'm like, "He's Gambit. His mutant powers having an accent which keeps disappearing." So here's the other kind of funny thing is that I either watched this shit when I watched X-Men in either serialized in Venezuela, so it wasn't Spanish, or I watched the stuff when like I was still learning English, so I had no fucking idea that a Gambit was supposed to have an accent of any sort. So I was just like, what the fuck is this shit? And like, they're just giving him an accent for shits and giggles. And then I learned afterwards, like, wait, no, like, this is canon. When you're the chatter of Hollowness? No! I'm the just chatter of Hollowness, the one whose stream birthed the Papadusi meme between chatters would play Hades. It's more likely than you think. But also, hi, Collector, it's good to see you. It's good to see you. I hope you're having a great ending to your Sunday or a good time zone, and that you had a great weekend. Wait, what is this emote? That looks so cozy. Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that. I hope you're having a good one. It's good to see you. Oh my gosh. Not the actually, but the fucking like this conifer have. Hold up, I gotta look up this model, because I'm like, does Cornifer have... Like, I'm like, what do his hands look like? He's got, like, skinny... Oh my gosh. Also, I have safe search on, but for a second, I got... Oh, no, never mind. It is... I was like... I got worried, I was like, oh, I feel like I got, like, some result that kind of looks like... It could be like NSFW, like art. And then I was like, oh no, it's fine. And then I moved my cursor and no, it definitely is an SFW. Like, yeah, Ryan Reynolds, thank you. Ryan Reynolds actually went through hell and back to get to play Deadpool. Is it because of him arguing with Fox to be able to get the opportunity to make his own like Deadpool movie? I think I read something about that. Yeah, I was reading a bunch of facts about the Wolverine, like Deadpool versus Wolverine movie right after I watched it, because I was like, wait a minute, like I was curious about a couple of different things, and oh my goodness, like there's so much. Like, it's just like fucking, you know, dick jokes, you know, penis, and like all of this, like, you know, lowbrow humor. But there's actually like a lot more like references than I realized, and just funny shit that, like, just references and like breaking the fourth wall kind of shit. Let cook. That's funny. It's because he was the rom-com guy. He also played Deadpool in a Wolverine movie and people hated it. That's what I remember. Like, I remember, like, that's how, like, him and Hugh Jackman, like, got to know one another. And I remember, like, people were freaking out because it's like, oh my god, like, they're, like, opening it up for this, like, whole slew of, like, non-X-Men, but, like, related characters, and blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't know who are these people? What do I care? But this was like pre-Marvel days, like. But yeah, the no mouth Deadpool. No mouth? Does he actually have no mouth in that movie? People hated it because it was a dumb version of Deadpool. Yeah, it's like Deadpool, Wolverine version. Also, if I can give one minor spoiler for Deadpool versus Wolverine in terms of like one joke that they make, is that he gets to meet one oh yeah, this fucking, and like, what the fuck is the point of Deadpool isn't like saying shit? Removing the Merc with mouth is like taking away Wolverine's claws. Exactly. Oh, but the thing that I love about that they actually reference, because I think I even told Gio this, like, in the movie theater, I'm like, yeah, Huge Dagnan is decently tall as a person, and I'm like, the actual Wolverine canonically is like short as shit, and they actually get to meet like a version of Wolverine that is like short. So like, I fucking love that shit. I was like, I know what that is. It's not a short joke. It's like a, you know, this is canon joke. Wait, anyway, he raised so much of a fuss that they let him make test footage for the movie and they stonewalled him. And then in response, someone leaked the test footage on YouTube. Oh shit. Ryan Reynolds is just like unhinged and I love it. Gotta love it. Fucking Canadians, man. It's like him and Ryan Gosling. Like, they're also, like, Ryan Gosling also, like, is kind of crazy how he got his start.